Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are doing a 6x8 spread in my 6x8 album. If you've been following me, you know that I've been using the 6x8 size as my stories / scrapbooking pages for this year so far. Just kind of veering away from doing large 12x12s all the time. I feel like doing 6x8 is a quite manageable size. And for the most part, I always do them as a double layout. So when you flip the page, they always kind of go together in that album. So once it's complete, I will have a flip through in the future. But we're still at the beginning realm, beginning stages of said album. So for this one, 3 things. I use the Happy Planner as my planner as well. I usually collect and save the dividers to the calendar page. And I don't know why I do this, because now I have like hundreds of them on rings and I need to start using them in my projects. So this one was just the one that was just passed. I just threw out all these pages because I'm also one that does not keep my former planners. I don't pretty plan is my whole thing. So I don't use my pretty stickers in my planner. It's completely functional for home life, schedules, and my YouTube and Instagram posts. It's just pen on paper and it works for me. So I need to start using them. So I thought about cutting this up into the phrases and use it in a traveler's notebook, and it would have fit with this unapologetically interacting with the edges a little bit. But then I thought, why cut it up? So my whole thought was to use it as a full page outside the page protector. I will have to cut off the tab, and I think I will cut off the disc punch edge and use a strip of this paper so that the 2 pages coordinate at that edge. So I'll make the page, outside the page protector for this one on this side. And I just thought this floral worked so well with these photos because of her bathing suit being this pink metallic. So a strip will be here in order to punch the holes and keep it. This will be here. So this will be my page that I'll make outside the page protector. Second thing is that I need to consider a journaling spot, probably make one of the photos a flip up to talk about her personality and how she is brave, kind, and unapologetically herself. And then this other thing we're doing is a technique using these Pink Fresh Studio stamp and stencil sets. You've seen me haul these. I still have not used them. We are using them today. So the whole idea is that this is the detailed stamp, which can be used on its own. And then this is a layered stencil, which you can kind of get this look from, which is why I thought this worked beautifully with this. And this is Maggie Holmes' garden party. This one's called Blooming. I love a good Maggie Holmes floral. I will always buy this sheet in duplicate, but this matched it rather well. So let's play with this, because I'm gonna use a stencil, cut it out, and then this will be the embellishment for this side, so I can tie both of these stories together. So if that sounds like something you'd like to see happen, really using my collection and my stash is really where I'm at right now. I just feel like I buy the pretty products. I have every intention to use the pretty products, and then I don't. So I have a few on my list to use, and this is definitely a set. And it'll be fun to use one of these Happy Planner dividers as a page itself, because it's big, bold, gold foiled already, everything I love. And with Maggie Holmes, it works out pretty well. So let's get started. All right, so let's get started. So I do start off by cutting down the edges that have the disc punch system on this divider so that it fits in a 6x8 album outside the page protector. So I left some of the gold as much as I could on the right side, but I am going to need a strip of the paper for the middle inside, because this side will be the right side of the page and then the photos will be on the left side of this double page spread. Using this paper to have both of them kind of correspond or coordinate worked out beautifully. So that's where I will punch the holes for this side of the paper, and it worked out great. I always have one page protector to guide it, but I do have this 6-hole punch right here that I got on Amazon that I used to use when I used a ring bound planner that's still in my collection that works out beautifully for a 6x8 album, especially any Ali Edward products, because they are the 6-ring type. So these photos were printed 3x4, and I'm just narrowing them down a little bit so that more of the paper shines around it, so that you can see that it's this lovely Maggie Holmes floral. So they're a little bit more narrow than 3x4, and that's okay because it worked out perfectly. So then I'm just using, I found this chipboard that's from the Embrace Story Kit that I forget what it reads, but I know I will garnish the middle of my 4 photos together and have that kind of tuck through for blending. So let's get into this stamp and stencil step. I will just already out the gate just say that this does take a learning curve. And I am using these 3 pink colors, but it turns out in the end that I needed more variation in the tones, meaning that you really do need to start off, as you can see, with a very, very light color for the first one and not have them so close in color, because the variation, as you can see right there, it's just not where it needs to be. It is so dark. I do not like it. I do continue on and do the leaves just to kind of practice using this, but I will have to kind of sit down again with another layout and probably purchase a few more colors of ink to have this really shine through, because I know this could be beautiful. Like, this is beautiful. It just was too dark for my layout since it's such a light pink color that Maggie Holmes used on the other pattern paper. So I will come back to this. This does not get used. I'm so sorry, but I did want to leave a little bit of how it went, because as you can see, it's just too dark for this layout, and I need more variation in those ink tones because it did not work. If there's any tips anyone can give me, by all means, leave them below. So that was a disaster. So hopefully I'm going to edit this video so that I already have a caveat as to why those stamps and stencils did not work. I just don't have a good gradient of colors to use that are light enough for what I wanted. Because the one that I did, let's see if I still have it, or did I already just chuck it? Of course, I probably chucked it because now I put this away. Anyways, okay. All right, so sorry about that. I know I'm probably going to leave in a little bit of the footage. The stenciling just did not work. I do not have a good color variation to have that shine through really well, so I need to get more ink colors to my collection because these were so light and it turned out so dark. So I went through my stash anyway. I found a few Maggie Holmes ephemera bits that I will use that complement it quite well. And this is from a Maggie Holmes sticker book, so I like these little banner ones, so we're going to add these for the decoration. And then this little pink Embracing the Stuff that's awesome right now will be here. So let's still put it together. And I feel like I'm going to make this one a flip out with having the corner of it be unsecure, so that way I can always open it up and then kind of close it and then kind of like tuck it behind there in some sort of fashion. Okay, so let's get started. Now, while the stamp and stencil may not have worked, the end product is still very beautiful. These are some Maggie Holmes florals from, I think, probably Garden Party, and I have them just garnish the top right of this corner. And then from that Maggie Holmes sticker book, I have these kind of bunting banners that also coordinated perfectly. I think she must use the same colors throughout some collections to have them always work out with each other, which I am very thankful for because I love Maggie Holmes stuff. And so I will just make the top left corner photo a flip up, and it will hold my journaling, and that will complete this layout. Thank you so much for joining. Please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and thank you for joining me. Bye!